Hello and welcome back to the Circuit Media Podcast with me, Billy Boy Fabian. Today we are joined by a very, very special guest, the champ, Mr. Jay Townsend. How you doing, Jay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, pal. How are you?
Absolutely smashing, mate. Great to talk to you, mate. I've been looking forward to getting you on the podcast. So I want to jump straight in. I want the fans to know how you got into the fight game, why you got into the fight game. So give us some of your background.
Well, as you know yourself, Matthew Morton's my cousin. So him being on such a big platform, I was stood on doors fighting anyone that started. Do you know what I mean? And he was like, "Oh, you should get into fighting." We met up in Penrith, our hometown, and it got us running. And I started losing weight, started looking at my body. I was like, "Oh, wait, no, I like this." And then, yeah. I got into training, got into boxing, realised, well, if I can stand on the door in the biggest clubs in Carlisle and fight any man that thought they were big enough, um, I could get into the fight game. And then, yeah, started training and I haven't looked back. I love it. Love it.
No, brilliant. You've got a really good mindset for this game. Um, like you say, you started losing weight. Was losing the weight the first part of the motivation that made you want to carry on? Was that what you noticed first?
Yeah, yeah. Like when I first started, I was 24 stone, 23 to 24 stone. I'm now walking around at 100 kilos.
Yeah,
So roughly about 13 stone. So I've lost about 10 stone since I
yeah,
started. Um, Midway through last year, I'm sure it was.
yeah. I
Um,
think about a year you've been in the game. I think, yeah,
yeah, yeah. And I did my first fight on tough in 4 ounce gloves, and just the adrenaline was absolutely out of this world. I loved it.
yeah,
Absolutely loved it. So I was like, oh, again, 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 again. Just the adrenaline. Once you step across them ropes,
yeah,
yeah, no, love it, love it.
100%. So, how many fights have you had up until now, and how have they gone?
Uh, I won my first, lost my second, won my third against Mark, won one after that on stand and fight, got a second round knockout, and then I had another fight not that long ago, can't remember the exact date, and I got schooled. As literally as soon as I got in that ring, it was the biggest show I'd fought on. The fireworks either side of me brought me right back home, and I took an absolute pounding. Nothing but respect for the guy I fought. Like, wow, it was certainly an eye opener, but I loved it all the same. Like, oh, it was just fantastic.
Do you feel like you've learned anything from that defeat? And the reason I ask that is because I say to all fighters, any defeat that you experience, there are so many lessons in there to push you
Oh, yeah,
toward
yeah.
victory.
You never truly defeated, are you? Because it
Yeah,
depends how you look at it. I learnt a very valuable lesson that day,
yeah,
and that is I need to be confident in myself. It was the lack of confidence that lost that fight for me, but I don't understand why. Because as I said, I was the next dorm and nothing phased me. Nothing.
yeah.
I'd run into a fight of 25 men and still walk out without a scratch. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Um, but I think, yeah, it taught me to respect the fact that, yeah, I'm 6'4". I'm bigger than a lot of people, but height isn't everything. Age isn't everything. You know, when I last fought Mark for my title, I sharp learned that he's got a very hard bat and I needed to cover up and I just needed to apply that pressure. And yeah, but I took that first bat and I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Good morning. Let's go. I loved it. Loved every second of it. And Mark is such a stand-up guy. He was meant before the fight. I had to say, Mark, I'm going to have to move away from you, mate. You're too nice. I'm not going to be able to fight you. So we had a good rapport before and after the fight. Oh, it was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, I always find that, especially with people like yourself and people like Mark, there is absolutely no beef, no need to create any beef. You two are just two really nice guys that love to fight and gave us a brilliant fight. So the first fight went how it went. You became champion, novice Bridgerweight champion. It was a very good fight. Mark White has wanted the rematch ever since in the most respectful way. Um, what makes you believe that you are going to beat him again? Is it because you've already beat him and you've experienced his skill set, or do you feel
No,
like
because I have no doubt on the type of character Mark is, that he has gone and he has worked on himself, and I have no doubt in my mind it is going to be a hell of a lot harder. No
yeah,
doubt in my mind. But that's what we live for. Do you know what I mean? We love the competition. We love the fact that we have to work harder. You couldn't call yourself a fighter if you didn't want to improve. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that I know I'm going into that ring and I'm getting a harder fight, I love it. I love it.
yeah. Obviously, without giving too much away, what skill set do you think you own that beats Mark again? Because obviously you know it's going to be a tough fight. You know he's going to have sharpened up, but you're going to be confident in yourself. You're the champ. So what makes you believe that you will beat Mark again? What is there? Is there something extra?
I don't give up. I will not give up. He's
I like
either
it.
going to have to knock me out, or he's going to have to knock me down several times enough for the referee to call it, because I am not giving up. I am determined, mate. Determination. That's the skill I have.
Yeah,
I didn't lose all that weight through lack of determination. I just saw what I needed to do and I did it. Full
yeah,
support from Matthew. You know yourself. Matthew helped me every way across my weight loss journey, albeit albeit by calling me fat.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? But
You know what
months
I
and
mean?
months and months of being called fat by the right person is enough to go, you're not going to call me fat anymore. So now I
Yeah,
walk around in a medium t-shirt. I'm in the same waist as Matthew, and anyone that knows Matthew knows how skinny he is. So to go from 24 stone down to the same size as Matthew now, you know, I am determined. Determined.
throughout your boxing journey, what would you say has been the proudest moment of your journey?
The proudest moment, even my last fight, I'm not going to lie, even though I lost, I got to fight in front of my stepsons, and, you
Mm.
know, my stepson loves the fact that he can batter me on a daily basis because I've got him into boxing now. So I'm now training him, and like we'd be walking around the supermarket and just he'd give a good right hand to me solar plexus and droppers. Like he's unreal. He's just
You know
soaking it
you
in
keep
like a
it well then.
sponge. So
Yeah,
that's the proudest thing for me in my fight games. The fact that I can now bring someone so young into the fight game and he loves it, and the fact that I get to make someone proud. And
yeah,
obviously, I've got my fiance, although I call her my wife. She is my wife. I was lucky to find her. Now she fighting in front of her as well, and you know, it. I've always been big on support, and I now
mm,
have that.
fantastic.
So the confidence I've got is from the support I've had. Whether it be Matthew at the start, now I've got my family, and I've got everything I've ever wanted in life. So
Yeah,
nothing's going to knock me down now.
I love that. I
And
absolutely love
hopefully not Mark. Hopefully not Mark on the 6th.
Well,
But
we
he is
spoke
going to have
about
one hell of a fight, bless him.
we spoke yesterday, and Mark is absolutely well up for this. He's been on to me since the day that you beat him for the title. He wanted that rematch. He knows that he can. He feels he can get there. I said to him, Mark, if you do beat Jay and you do become the champ, we've got a trilogy on our hands. But
All we
your
do,
job, your
again,
job is to stop that happening.
I'd get in the ring any times as Mark wants. He is such a stand-up guy. The respect I have for him is unreal, and it's an absolute honour to share the ring with him. It is. It is.
I
He's
think
just
this
mint.
is I think that's what separates the sport of boxing to most other sports is that respect. Like you and Mark respected each other before the first fight. You gave us a fantastic fight. You respect each other now, but on June the 6th, I know that you two are going to punch lights out of each other and then respect each
Oh,
other again. It's just what a sport we have.
oh, when I get that first punch off him, I'm going to respect the fact of how much he's trained and how hard he's worked for it. Hopefully, I'm still stood up at the end of it. You know what I mean? But because it is that in the fight game, and that's the thing. You can put as much training in as you want, but it only takes one punch to knock you out. Do you know what I mean? So
100%.
you
Yeah.
you can have the big I am all you want, but it's just that one punch and then you're knocked down. Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
knock down that peg. So if you start on an even keel, you've got nothing to lose because you still
No,
have your respect, you still have your self respect. You know what I mean? So that's the way I'm going about it. So I have no doubt in my mind that Mark's coming back harder than he was last time. And believe
oh,
me, he put a good fight.
it's
He
going to be
did.
a very, very good fight. Tell the fans why they should buy tickets. If you've got any tickets left, tell the fans why they need to support you and come and buy tickets to this show now.
Again, it's because I am determined to keep my belt. Incidentally, it's sat right here with me now. Because Mark, you ain't getting it, pal. I know you're going to watch this. You ain't getting this belt, although I do have a lot of respect for you, you know. Um, but yeah, it my determination and my I am not losing in front of my kids. Not doing it. Not doing it. I am not losing in front of my stepsons. I can't and I won't.
No, I
And
love that.
obviously, Mark has his support and the people he's not going to lose in front of. So it's just going to be two men going at it, but we're both aware what we've got to, well, what I've got to lose. I've got my title and what Mark's got to gain. So the work that we're both going to put in for that is going to be unreal. And it's going to be one hell of a show. It is. And it's not even just us fighting, which only makes it better. Do you know what I mean? There's some really good fighters on that show.
Yeah.
Even I'm looking at the lineup, excited about it. Even I'm fighting on it. You know, I'm proud to fight on it because I've looked at the lineup like this is impressive. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, get tickets, guys. Not just for mine and Mark's fight, but every other fight. It's going to be insane. It's going to be good.
Listen, Jay just absolutely spelled it out for you guys. It is going to be a superb fight. We have top to bottom a card full of some of the most exciting fighters in the UK right now, including your man right here, the novice Bridgerweight champion, Mr. Jay Townsend. So, Jay, before we end, I see No Limits Fight Management there on your t-shirt. So, is that the
We
team
do
that you're
indeed.
with? And tell me a little more, bit more about that.
Well, again, Matthew, he obviously, including yourself, have got me into it and got me into No Limits. And I'm not big on social media, but people know that anyway. I've put very few posts on, which needs to change. It's something I'm going to work on to make it more exciting for my fans and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, no, Lone Limits has been with me since the start. I first started with Lone Limits, and I have no doubt I'll be going out with No Limits. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm one of them people, I'll stick with it firm to the end. I've been treated well from the start. I've got no reason to change anything. Like, the support I get, not just from yourself or Matthew, as like promoters of No Limits and stuff like that, but the fighters within it as
Yeah.
well. You know, there's some big fighters in No Limits, and
Yeah.
they're all very supportive. You just have to drop a message in the group chat and straight away you're getting help and support. Amazing, amazing.
Do you feel like because I've heard the word support quite a lot during this, which I love by the way. Do you feel like that is what pushes you on further and further to be able to get to the next level each time is the support, whether it's family,
Oh,
friends, team?
yeah, well, yeah, like I'm religious, mate, so I've got faith through faith, and like I've got tattooed on my arm, iron sharpens iron, which is a quote out of the Bible. But as you know, a lot of fighters use it because iron does sharpen iron. You know, you train together, you work together, you fight together. It turns into a family. Like, it's not just a gym you go and you fight at. It turns into a family because every single person in that gym is training and helping and like trying to help you get better. And it's not just in the gym, with No Limits. You've got fighters, for example, when I fought Mark, I'm sure it was a missus of someone that's in No Limits who hadn't dropped my hands. It's not just the fighters and everything else, it's the people that come with it.
Yeah,
So, for example, my wife will be there supporting me. So, again, it's not just my corner team that's going to be there. There's my wife, my stepsons, and, hopefully my family watching at home because it's a long journey when my nana's 90-something-year-old, you know what I mean? Not that she likes to watch me fight, but I'm sure she'd like to see me win, you know?
I'm pretty sure. I can. We can provide her with some sort of live viewing on the night. Well, I'll talk to you about that. I'll be able to provide her with some sort of live viewing on the night from the comfort of her own home. So you'll get
Oh,
that.
yeah, no, I have no doubt about that. You know, my uncle's quite computer savvy, so he'll be there watching it too, you know?
Yeah,
And it's like, as you know yourself, I've not always been peachy keen. You know, I've had my rough points in my life, but I'm so proud to sit here, you know, and say I've come through that. I am who
yeah.
I am now. I've got my faith. I've got my title that incidentally is not getting taken away from me. Sorry, Mark, I keep bringing this into it. You know, it's not leaving. It's just not. It's coming back home to Penrith.
I love that. Absolutely love it, guys. Listen, June the 6th, Molecular Fitness Gym in Consett in Durham. It is Fight Club Promotions, Bad Intentions. The champion, Jay Townsend, returns to Fight Club Promotions, and he's going to defend his bout. That bout's going nowhere, Mark. Listen, Mark, it's going nowhere, mate. All right, guys, get yourselves down. Jay's still got tickets. They're £35 standard tickets. What else are you going to do on a Saturday night in Durham? You're going to Fight Club Promotions, Bad Intentions. This has been the champion, Jay Townsend, on the Circuit Media Podcast. Please subscribe. Please share. Jay, it's been a pleasure, mate.
You too. God bless people. God bless.